Sparkles and Shivs, it's the Con Mom Show. Stephanie
and Sarah.
Hi everyone, welcome to Con Moms. I'm Sarah and
I'm Stephanie.
And we are your con mothers. We are here to talk about the things that all cosplayers talk about at some point. Things we wish we knew before we started cosplaying. Or things that should have been told to us. Yeah. I switched back and forth. I started cosplaying and became cosplay photographer. But then going back to cosplay occasionally, I'm like, I wish I would have known, one, how expensive it is. I mean, you could do it cheap, but I like to do things crazy if I can. So that would be just, money, prices. It's fun though to actually thrift stuff too. So I like to thrift things and then rework them, remake them. I feel like you have some expertise in that as well.
Yeah, I've thrifted my share of things before. And there is a fun of the thrill of the hunt to it. That is very, very enjoyable. Just general money saving tips, looking at thrifting, really starting to understand what a price per yard is, really breaking that down. If you're very monetarily conscious for whatever reason, looking at bed sheets, looking at the clearance section of various stores, being able to look online. The Fabric Wholesale Direct has some great prices on it. A lot of online fabric stores have some really good prices that is hard to beat when you're comparing it to Joann's, but also you need to kind of understand fabric a little bit more in order to shop for fabric online. So, going to Joann's armed with those coupons and looking in those clearance sections, you can strike real gold there. That's always very, very valuable to do. Yeah, because cosplay is expensive. And if you've got good friends, if you make friends, you can always, there's definitely something to be said about sharing of supplies. I recently had a craft party with some friends, and I have a little stash of various paints, and a friend of mine was working on some sweatshirts. And I just busted out some of my fabric paint, and I was just like, here, go nuts, dude, help yourself. Or looking through my fabric scraps at faux leather to see if I had anything that a friend needed. Because if you buy a super clearance fabric out that's it, this bolt is the last we're gonna get, you can get some really nice fabric that you can just stash away. And it can come in real handy. So just finding little ways to save money. Foam obviously is fairly inexpensive to work with, and you can do a lot of amazing things with it. So that's one of the big ones. I would say another one is it can be very intimidating when you get into the world of cosplay, and I've seen so many people go oh, I can't upset this person even though they were so nasty to me, or I can't make waves because this person, they're very popular, they're very well known, and I can't do it. And then you look back in retrospect and you're like, this person wasn't shit. They weren't that popular. Going, no, I don't want to hang out with you, or no, I don't want to do anything with you, wasn't gonna wreck my whole experience in this community. It's easy to be intimidated by someone with 5K followers or 10K followers when you just get started into the cosplay world. I'm telling you right now, as someone who's been studying at 5K with my cosplay Instagram, and it's been sitting there because I haven't been trying to grow it. It's not hard. It's, or at least it didn't used to be hard in the heydays of Instagram when everything was chronological. Those people aren't big fish. They're just not. It's cool to be able to grow your following to that much and have that much reach, but like in the grand scheme of things, like don't stress so much about how popular, quote unquote, people are and aren't. Like just you're gonna save yourself so much time and headache and all of that. And frankly, the people who wield their popularity and their numbers against you are people that you don't want to fuck with anyway. Like you just don't want that energy around you.
100%.
Like, yeah, it's just going to be tiring. It's going to drain on you. It's going to turn your focus into a follower number rather than why you're cosplaying in the first place, because you like to cosplay and because you like the community or making friends. At least that's how it was to me. So it's just like, no, the people who are obsessed with the numbers, don't mess with them, because you don't want that energy. And when people say they're super popular, usually that's them inflating their own ego.
Yeah, and I don't like when people are like, I'm popular. Like, to me, that's just very high school. And secondly, like, that goes for any like thing in your life, like any aspect or group or clique, just no matter if it's cosplay or not, like, don't let them keep you from your passions or your fun hobbies. Even if it's just a hobby for you, like, they're not worth your energy, they're not worth your time. 10 years from now, people will be like, who is that? I don't even remember. Like, it's so easy to come and go. Like, it's not a big deal. Yeah, I hate when people say. And going back to like buying stuff cheap, if you, for cosplay stuff, if you guys do like into seasons, like into winter, into spring and stuff, my favorite time to buy cosplay fabric when I used to cosplay all the time would be end of Halloween season. Because they have stuff super clearance. It's like a lot of really great costume fabric during that time.
Fabrics, yeah.
Yes, and then you can buy that and save that, or do like cosplay swap with your friends of like materials. Have those kind of parties. Those are fun. Yeah, those are things going about. Yeah, back to popularity. Like, if anyone, no matter what you're doing, tells me you're popular, my instant reaction is, I don't want to be your friend. Like, I don't want to be around you. I see people be for people, and I'm not here to be popular. Like, that's just not my personality. Like, no, thank you.
Yep. Yeah, don't get sucked into the numbers game. Focus on the community, focus on making friendships and your craft, and really finding that niche of what you want to do and what you want to get out of cosplay. Like, if it's a numbers game to you, if you want to be insta famous or an influencer or things like that, you're going to be playing a different game than most of the other people there. And it's fine to seek to be an influencer, but that's a different conversation, and that requires you to look a little harder and figure out like why you want to be that, what your goal, and really lay yourself out like a business model plan, which is very different than cosplay. Like, cosplay is not inherently a business. The two can absolutely overlap, and there's many people that have made content creation a business for them in the realm of cosplay. But at the same time, like, understand if that is your goal going in, then you need to go in with a business plan. And again, like, just trusting like, oh, I'm so popular is not, because those people oftentimes will go hand in hand with like, yes, exposure dollars. Like, exposure dollars don't mean crap. Like, if it's going to be a business model, it needs to be a business model, and exposure but dollars don't pay for anything.
And honestly, like, if you want to approach this business, which is fine, you have every right to treat things as like a business model and a business form, but make sure you do it with kindness, because if you treat it as a business, you want to be a decent human being, because it's easy to get canceled, and you want to be a good human being. So like, business only goes so far if you're a shitty human. So
yeah, that is true.
But
especially in such a communal thing.
Yes.
That the cosplay world is.
Yes. Things I wish I knew before cosplay. Feeling guilty. I mean, this is me any part of my life. Feeling guilty for not doing cosplay and working on my cosplay.
FOMO.
Even if I have time and it's perfectly fine for me to be doing it. Like, the guilt of doing it. Like, I'm not working on the thing I should be working on.
If cosplay is not your job, if cosplay is your hobby, then let it stay your hobby. If you're not feeling up to going to a certain convention, if you're just not feeling up to working on a certain project, give yourself some grace and let yourself rest. Now, I definitely see the benefit in having like craft groups with friends where you're all working on different things together and helping, like, okay, we all have these goals and we're all going to help each other achieve those goals. And that's wonderful and great. But at the same time, do remember that if you're coming into this as a hobby, don't treat it like a job.
Yep.
Make sure that you separate that out and don't exhaust yourself. And by that same, like, you know, that feeling guilty, it's very easy in my area, or at least it was in the pre-COVID times, to be able to do a con almost every single weekend. And that created such a sense of FOMO because I needed to go, I needed to wear something, I needed to do this, I needed to be on trend, I needed to, no. When you're tired, you're tired. And when you go, I don't want to spend the goddamn gas money, or I don't want to spend 2 hours in each direction for a one-day con, then you say, no, I don't want to do that. And that's okay. You're allowed to take you personal time, because here's the thing. It's kind of like, in my mind, like if I have too many sweets, you know, I try and avoid having too many sweets. Not because of any like, oh, it's bad for you, or, oh, you're wasting your calories, or any crap like that. It's if I'm too full up on, you know, this chocolate, if I fill myself up with this and someone offers me pie and I take it, I'm not going to fully enjoy the pie because I'm already full and my sweet tooth is already kind of capped out. Like, I'm not fully enjoying the experience. I'm taking it, but it's half-hearted. I don't really get the full enjoyment, even if it's my favorite pie in the world. So it's that measure of like letting yourself have time to breathe between these really fun things, so that way that you can fully enjoy them.
Yep, 100%. And also, like, something that I want to tell you, people who do cosplay all the time, it is okay to get rid of cosplays. It is okay to never wear things again. Fun fact, like, you can get rid of stuff.
Give it to a friend, sell it to a friend, sell it on a third-party marketplace. Like, it's fine to clearance stuff out, especially like you don't need to make a profit from it. You've already worn it and stuff. Like, you give somebody this chance for a secondhand cosplay that, you know, they might not have otherwise been able to afford. You pass on the joy.
Or make. They couldn't have made it either. Like,
yeah. Just pass on the joy. It's fine. You're allowed to do that.
100%. You guys, please tell us and let us know if you have anything that you wish you would have known before you started cosplaying, and message us and let us know. We'd love to see it. As always, watch us again next time. We look forward to seeing you. I'm Sarah and
Stephanie.
And we're your con mothers. Bye.
Bye, guys.